Follow Your Heart. This drama is taken from a book, The Medical Reader's Theatre. My name is Anushka and I will be narrating this play to you. Hannah, the wife of Sam, is being played by Dr. Geeta Khaitan. The role of doctor is being played by Sandhya Sutodia. Ivy, who is a friend of Hannah, is being played by Shayantika Paul. Henry, the recipient of the organ, is being played by Kingshuk Kundu. And Jackie, the wife of Henry, is being played by Shruti Agarwal. Shubho Sharodia to all our listeners. On the pious occasion of Mahashashti of Durga Puja, Turiya Communications brings to you its special presentation, an audio drama. It is a heart-touching story of a wife who, even after her husband's death, tries every possible way to reunite with him, to reunite with the part of his body which kept him alive but in somebody else's body. We hope this story finds its place in your heart. Sam is in the neuro ICU with a gunshot wound in his brain. He is on life support. Hannah is waiting in the family room. The doctor enters the room and he is standing talking to Hannah.
Hannah, Sam is on ventilator for 3 weeks. He is brain dead. There is no chance of his survival. Give us the permission to turn off the ventilator and let him go.
What do you mean, doctor? Let him go? And where can he go? He's so sick.
Before we take him off the ventilator, we would like to have your permission to harvest his organs for transplant.
Hannah's thinking to herself.
What does the harvest means, doctor? Is it some kind of farming? Whatever you think is the best. You can do, doctor, the best for my husband.
Hannah had no courage to ask any questions and she agreed with the doctor's advice. Sam's funeral took place. Hannah received the condolences of friends and family. Hannah often thought about her husband and about the events related to his death. 2 weeks later, a letter arrived from the hospital thanking her for the organ donation and to inform her that Sam's heart, lungs, liver, 2 kidneys and 2 corneas have given new life to 7 people in different parts of the country. The organs were functioning well. Hannah started to think about her husband's death and about the transplant. 3 years later, Hannah's grief got stronger towards her husband. And was it really her husband who was buried or just part of him? Sam is not completely dead. He is still alive. Hannah wants to find out more about her husband. She spoke to her best friend Ivy, who is a life insurance agent.
Ivy, I don't think Sam is dead. I'd like to see him.
What a terrible thought. Hannah, funeral is done. Sam is now dead for 3 years. You are really depressed. You have to see a psychiatrist.
Why? Why do you have to see a doctor? They do not think like me. They know only words, harvest and the transplant. The doctor do not have any respect for my feeling. As soon as I said yes for the transplant organ donation, the doctor was gone and I never saw him again.
Hannah, please. You have to accept that Sam is dead. You know that, right? He's really dead.
You know something, Ivy? I'm very angry. Here I'm fighting every day with my emotions. And Sam is enjoying himself in 7 different lives. Sam is not dead. 7 of his organs are working. Ivy, please help me.
You are going too far. Stop thinking about it. We did receive his body, didn't we?
I know, but the body was not complete. He cannot be completely dead. He's alive in 7 different ways. His heart is kicking somewhere and I have to find it. Ivy, please, if you can give me your ID and some official stationery, then I could deal with the hospital.
At the end, Ivy gave in. Hannah presented herself to the hospital's medical records department as an insurance agent. She asked for Sam's file in order to settle the claim. Hannah found the name and address of the recipient of Sam's heart. The recipient of the heart is Henry. Hannah decided to write a letter to Henry.
Dear Mr. Henry, I'm the wife of the man whose heart is beating in your chest and keeping you alive. I'd like to meet you.
2 weeks later, Hannah received a letter from Henry's wife Jackie. Jackie wrote,
I am very upset. How did you get the information about us when everything was so confidential? Please do not bother us.
Hannah wrote back again.
Dear Mr. Henry, this request might sound strange to you, but it's very important to me. I want to come and listen to Sam's heart. I pray that you will say yes.
Henry's wife Jackie writing to Hannah.
Dear Hannah, I think you are crazy. Go for a professional help and do not bother us again.
Hannah got very anxious and decided to write again.
Dear Henry, I know your wife does not want me to come. I'm Sam's wife. Some says Sam's widow, but I'm not a widow. Sam is still alive. I'd like to see you, rather hear your heart. You're carrying something which is mine. I used to possess it, and I'd like to see it again, rather hear the heart again. After Sam's brain death, I'm the owner of my husband's body. Technically, the heart is mine. You're talking about the doctor. They do not know about human heart except how to move the heart from one body to another. If you let me come and let me listen to the heart, you have repaid me in full. Trust me, I shall never bother you again.
Henry wrote back.
Since there are 7 recipients of your husband's organs, are you trying to have reunion of all the people? Why it is only me?
You are asking me why you? Because you have my heart, which I can hear and feel, which can be emotional, and that's why is only you. I know Sam was very kind-hearted person, and that heart is there.
Henry wrote back threatening legal action on her and the hospital. 2 months later, Hannah wrote again.
Dear Henry, I guess I would not feel the heart again. A small favor to ask. Could you please send me your picture and I would never bother you again?
3 weeks later, an envelope arrived with a picture of Henry. Hannah sat down and started to look at the picture carefully.
This is the picture of an old man. This person looks much older than my 36-year-old Sam. Did Sam age very quickly? Okay, but he has sent me a picture. His heart is working fine.
4 weeks later, a letter arrived from Henry.
Dear Hannah, you could come and visit me next Sunday. My wife will be away that day. I am expecting you at 10 in the morning. You promised me that you will leave after an hour. You have my address. Please do come.
Hannah arrived sharp at 10. Henry opened the door. The room was dark, curtains were drawn, and not much light was coming in.
Very nice to meet you, Henry. Please, Henry, could you take off your shirt and lie down? I gently put my ear against his chest wall and listened to the heart. Well, I thought this is Sam's heart, all right. Same rhythm, same beat. I never felt such a sense of happiness. Was it a dream? I was trembling like a bird. Then I saw Henry smiling at me. No, this is Sam smiling on me, or an angel smiling on myself.
Hannah got up and walked towards the door. Henry opened the door. Hannah stepped out in a bright sunny day with cool air blowing on her face.
Hannah, would you like to come back?
There'll be no need.
After listening to this play, you might have a few questions. You might be wondering, why do you think Hannah reacted so strongly to the word harvest and transplant?
Hannah's reaction was not towards the words. The doctor's mannerism was not appropriate. Her husband's death was a violent death. She did not have enough time to think about the whole incident, and she did not get any sympathy from the doctor.
Another question that may have crossed your mind was, did Hannah do anything wrong by tracking down the recipient?
Yes, no, yes. She should have respected the privacy of the person. No, she must know about the recipient. She refuses to believe that Sam is dead. Probably she did not get enough time to talk to him.
Should the law be changed so that recipients and donors know each other?
I do not know much about the law, but if both the parties know each other, acceptance will be easier.
What do you think is the impact on donors' loved ones?
If the organ donation had been discussed amongst the family members, it is much easier on the part of the donor's family. But in case of accidental death, decision might have been made without much thought and might cause discomfort, as in the case of Hannah.
You might be curious to know, why did Henry wait until his wife was out of town to fulfill Hannah's request?
Possibly trying to protect himself. Certainly, he was trying to avoid any kind of confrontation.
Why did Hannah think that Sam is not dead?
Well, Hannah did not had enough time to talk to her husband or nurse him, nor could say goodbye to him. She got the dead body minus the 7 organs. The organs were still alive and functioning in some other one's body.
Why did Hannah smile and say that there's no need to come back?
She could identify Sam's heart, could talk to him, listen to his heart. Perhaps she had some dialogue with Sam. She felt very happy and peace within herself. That was her closing of Sam's death.
What is the coping mechanism of the family when they lose someone during the war and until recently never got the dead body back?
Until recently, family were not given the body for funeral. In every religion, there is some protocol to follow. The dead body gets washed and dressed in new clothes. This ritual is done by the family members. The touching of the body of the loved ones for the last one time gives comfort and peace. It helps in closing the loss.
The pain of losing a loved one is something that words alone cannot express. Through this short audio drama, we aim to bring forward the stories of all those people who have lost their loved ones without getting a chance to say a final goodbye. Especially now, during this global pandemic, people all over the world have lost their loved ones without getting a chance to see them for the last time and close their loss. We at Turiya Communications LLP are here to answer any further questions you may have about this audio drama or about the struggles that revolve around organ donation. Make sure to contact us at Turiya Communications LLP or visit our website www.turiyacommunications.com.